Let's develop this theme now. In the studio with me in Cape Town is Irshad Khan. He's from Hot Platinum. Do you know what, Irshad? Around about 15, maybe even 20 years ago, I'm giving away my age now, I used to sit at a desk, a trading desk, with somebody who said the future for platinum and why it's going to go to $10,000 an ounce is because of fuel cell technology. And nothing has happened. It's still a promise. Please tell us the status at the moment.
At the moment, as you know, 3/4 of South Africa's platinum reserves the world's reserves come from South Africa, and not a lot of it is beneficiated here. And with regards to the fuel cells, the aim of the ISA program and government is to build local capacity for us to be able to build and develop our own fuel cell technology. We come in as HPT is a technology company focused on the integration of the fuel cell systems. Our background is started in the platinum beneficiation space, and Art Platinum is actually a spin-off out of the University of Cape Town, focused on platinum jewelry and electronics technology. And in 2009, we basically teamed up with ISA Systems as their systems integrator to help them to integrate and to put together systems like the one that you see here. So the idea here is that this is the first locally manufactured and integrated fuel cell system in South Africa, and we are trying to pave the way and develop the markets in the meantime while the institutions build the capacity to develop the fuel cell components, and the main component being the actual fuel cell itself.
So we've got the energy thing and also the beneficiation thing here, which is so important for South Africa, given the fact that we have failed miserably in that regard when it comes to resources. David Williams.
Yeah, Irshad, beneficiation, of course, mom and apple pie in American terms, it's a good thing, but we've run into problems in other areas. Diamonds, for example, they want us to beneficiate diamonds here, but the labor costs are too high, so they do them in India and Belgium or wherever. How have you got around what is agreed to be an inflexible labour market in South Africa, and are there other regulatory issues that you've had to deal with?
At the moment, no. There are no regulatory issues. The main issue here limiting us is our capacity to develop and manufacture this technology, and that is what the ISA centres have been focusing on through the government-funded program. And in parallel with that, what the centres have also done is they have worked closely with industry partners like us to develop the manufacturing capability so that when the time comes, we will not be restricted in any way, and we do have the manpower and the capability and surely the intellectual capability to be able to do this as a country.
When you look at the world's fuel cell industry, I mean, fuel cells went to the moon in the 60s, but we haven't really heard too much from them since then. So when is the world demand for fuel cells going to go up, or what will drive a huge increase in demand for fuel cells?
Look, as you know, with fuel cell systems, the whole idea here is effectively, it's the green promise of energy. And it is zero emission, and the idea of fossil fuel reserves becoming less and less. The main challenge at the moment is the infrastructure problems around hydrogen itself, which is the main fuel that is being supplied to the fuel cell in order to make electricity. So at the moment you have automotive manufacturers launching fuel cell vehicles. The fuel cell technology itself, the platinum loading, which is what was mentioned in the presentation, is being reduced, and it's going to be probably within the next few years where they solve the hydrogen storage energy, which is also one of the areas that ISA Systems is very active in. And once that is resolved, I'm very sure that there will be a lot of traction in the market for the fuel cells itself.
Let's hope so. Just very quickly, the numbers I'm looking at here, South Africa's Department of Science and Technology has invested close to 75 million rand to develop hydrogen fuel cell technology. I'm not being disparaging about this, but 75 million doesn't seem like a lot. Does it need more? Very briefly.
In my opinion, it does need more. And at the moment, a lot of the money is going into the beginning stage research, which is the value addition and the knowledge creation aspect of it. Where we come in as industry, and this is really where government can help, is to make the necessary funding available to strengthen private and public partnerships like what we have between ISA Systems and ourselves. And we as industry can then come forward and focus on the areas that we are strong at, which is the system integration, to make this whole integration and the development of the hydrogen economy successful. If you look at countries like Norway, for example, and we do business in Norway as well in the fuel cell space. A very renowned professor there, Dr. Oysen Ulleberg, that I work with, mentioned to me that they are now realizing that there is a significant amount of resources that they need to have made available for the actual system integration of the fuel cells, which is the bringing together of the technology into the energy conversion systems, which has been overlooked. And the Europeans are quite ahead of us because they've been doing this for way longer than what we have.
Catch up, Irshad. Thank you very much for your time this evening. It's Irshad Khan from Hot Platinum.